What's happening, YouTube? Just got done running errands, grabbing what I need. Been dealing with a lot. I made a video prior to this, and as you can tell through many of my prior videos, there's always going to be interruptions. It was good all the way to the end, by the way. Made it to this little spot I'm staying temporarily at until I get to where I'm going business-wise, which I can't divulge because, secrets and all. And as soon as I made it there, things got noisy. I was surrounded by people, good energy nonetheless. But that's the subject of this video. And for anybody that's curious about my gang stalking targeted individual issue situation, it's a mix of things. It's corrupt family, it's corrupt people that I've worked for all prior to, except for this job that I'm at right now. It's a lot of corruption, a lot of wickedness. And this is also why I preach doing the law thing, not only for melanated people, but especially for targeted individuals and melanated targeted individuals, to separate yourself and hold people accountable that have hands in your lives, whether it's financial, legal, whatever, car-wise, like having warranties and insurances. Making people held accountable for their actions that they take makes them act upright. A lot of people in this world are crooked, but that's not what I'm here for. The business part about it, I wanted to cover real quick. I don't want to go into details because it's almost done. Don't want to ruin it. But I'll put it like this. Jeff Bezos was in a garage and was underestimated even when he started a book company online. And before he transitioned, no one had any idea where it would take him. Now he's the richest man in the world, and no one saw that coming except for him. And probably not even him. I'll just put it at that. Now, to the subject I wanted to touch on today, that I was trying to touch on in the previous video before interruption. I had a lot of interactions between yesterday when my car broke down, which I just bought, and today when I went mailed up, ran errands, and do everything that I'm supposed to be doing to further the process of what I'm doing. And the awareness of how people act and how it fluctuates, and the awareness I have on the spirit in each person, it's sharp as fuck now. Like, for example, I've dealt with a few ladies, I've chopped it with a few different people, and the energy doesn't lie. I talked to one lady when I was dealing at the bank, and you can see and you can feel when people expect and want you to have a negative outcome. Like, I'll put it out like this. This is why I say gang stalking is a spiritual thing. Like, when my car broke down, there was a Mexican dude that was super happy, fat, like, depressed looking Mexican dude in the parking lot. And he was like, yeah. He's trying to be super happy about some shit. And I was like, you know what I mean? And then his face changed when I was just like, because I knew I have alternate situations that are way better than the car situation. I was just laying down options, which you'll understand if you're a targeted individual. You have to think way advanced than the average person because there are so many elements that are at your neck. So that changed. And then I've been noticing the same reaction for people that I don't know, that supposedly has no clue on my life coming and goings, and it's like a distraught energy that I have a high upbeat energy. It's like they were hoping I'd fall, and I have a lot more in store. And then you have the positive side, where people that are just real energetic and talking about their greatness, and Uber drivers that are like, man, I've been trying to get my CDL and the bill's coming away. And it's funny because his conversation, all this is all related to me. Like, everybody's me pushed out kind of thing. And I'm like, look, I went through the same thing. But if you don't get the CDL, you'll never make it to the next level. The world will always attack you right at the point of you making a pinnacle change for your life. And he's like, you're the best. And it's not just men, but women as well. I talk to really upbeat women, and you get great conversation when you just let them talk. Women love talking. So you let them speak, and or people that are really wise, like an old Uber dude I had. He was just dropping gems and information, and it's like he knew what the fuck I was doing, and he was kind of like laying down the rough game storm of what was going on after my car broke down. And he Ubered me to where I'm at right now, and he's like that's why you're not stressed. And I was like, yeah, basically you kind of see where I'm going with it. And so it's a mix of things, but there is like more than a third of people are negative around, and a good portion of them are in a negative situation, and the other portion of them are they feed off of people being beneath them or around them in a negative situation. And these are like basically witchcraft workers. They're manipulators. That's what witchcraft is described as in the Bible. And if you're not aware of it, your life can be destroyed and derailed all heavily. Doesn't mean it can't be fixed. It can be fixed instantly as soon as you turn back to God, as soon as you hear to faith in your prosperity and your works. And you stick on that. And you keep that narrow vision, that one eye-sightedness. I'll place it like this. Like, let me brainstorm. Damn, I don't want to divulge too much. Hold on. Okay, I had I don't know, brain fart, brain fog, and I had to grab my smoothie. But, like I was saying, as soon as you revert your vision, your thought, and your belief system, in spite of what the world is trying to push onto you from outside experiences, and they're subtle too. It's from people that usually don't matter, whether they're close or by far. But you push that aside, even situations, just like I've done with trucking, just like I was talking with one of my Uber drivers. I was like, your life will change. And I showed him, like, I'm prime example. It doesn't mean your life will get it'll be all grapes. It can be. If I was smart about it, like, to keep it 100, if I knew that attacks would have continued to stay the way they always have been, I would have been on the ball. And this, by even making this video, it's like a reminder. It was like, okay, the attacks that I'm dealing with now, I'm going to deal with later, and I'm going to have to deal with that onslaught later. And this is the part of the video where it gets really heavy. Whether you're dealing with women, you're dealing with friends, you're dealing with family, or outside sources the devil can seep in and work through, especially women, especially niggas, because we have this problem in the hood, and just dealing with random chicks and feeling that they get their validation from any of that is kind of weak and it's weird. But here's the breakdown. When you sell parts of yourself, when you contort your spirit, your mind, and your goal and your purpose for people that really have no value within themselves, you throw away God's purpose that he has for you. And he has multiple great things to have for you to have. And you derail it. Like Andrew Tate said on Instagram, and I'm gonna end it off like this. Remember that bitch, and it could be any person you can assign this to, almost any man, most men. You've at least been with one bitch in some form or fashion. Remember that bitch 5 years ago you were with, you were dating, you were taking on dates, you were treating, you were contorting basically to appease her, right? Well, now that relationship's over and she's sucking some other dude's dick. And all that shit was for nothing. And all that time you wasted, you could have spent building a business and you could have been rich right now. You fucked up. But it's okay, because you can take this awareness now and you can assign that to many better things. Now think about that on a mass scale about your life. Spiritually, you could be elevated, mentally, physically. Many people are lost out here, and half of those people revel in being lost and making other people lost, and the other half admire you because they're lost and they're looking for that beacon of light that you still are sheltering while the storm's beating on your back, like a disgruntled slave master, but you're keeping that flame lit. That's all I'm here for. Anyway, like and subscribe.